family, and a lot of people in the community actually know them as Mimi and Papa. They are very much loved and had a huge impact and have a huge influence on our community. My grandpa's still alive. He is 94, ornery as hell. Hi, Grandpa. And my grandma just passed away, unfortunately, last October. So just the people that turned out for her service was just phenomenal. I mean, just shows you how much she was loved and how much they are loved, and how many people's lives they have touched. And I was trying to think of just the things that are most important that I wanted to share about them on this tribute page to them. And, it's the simple things. And the simple things that are the most important. And like for me growing up, my mom and dad divorced when I was really little. And so I moved around a lot with my mom. And, she was a young mom and we were always moving around. So coming to the ranch, coming to the dairy, and especially like for the holidays and for summers by the pool, it was home. I mean, it's always been my home. And it is to this day, just driving up to the side door, and walking into the warm room, which some people would say would be too warm, but it is just a house full of love, and you were always welcome there. And I never knew anyone that wasn't welcome in their home. And it was our home, all of our home. And I'll tell you, I can remember, I don't know what year it was. It was when I was quite a bit older. I mean, it was like maybe even in my 20s. And they were getting ready to change the furniture. And they had the same furniture forever, like since I could remember. And since I was a little kid. And they finally were going to invest and change it up a little bit and maybe get something a little more modern. And I just threw a fit. I mean, a fit about it, because I didn't want anything to change. I wanted that same feeling and the same couch, the same fabric, and the same smells and everything. But you got to change your couch sometime. But that, I just remember that my grandma was just like, "Oh my God, you are freaking out over me having that skinny couch," but she understood, and I got over it. But walking in at Christmas time, and they always had the tree decorated early, and it was up, and it just got you in the mood for the holidays. And my grandma was always making cookies or something in the kitchen, because she was her true grandma for sure. And those are just the memories that I hold dear to my heart. And I know if I asked my cousins were sitting here, they'd say the same thing. And just, whenever I would be staying with them, I'd stay with them for weeks at a time, sometimes in the summertime, or, maybe Christmas holidays or whatever, and go to my grandma's hair appointment with her every week. She had her hair all dolled up and, it was red and aquanet and so forth. So it just was always something that I look forward to, going into town with her on a weekly basis. And I remember this one story that I'll always treasure, and with my grandpa. And it was when I was getting ready to open up my first day spa, and I was, 33 or so. I had already started my massage therapy business for a few years, but I was ready to launch it and take it to the next level and open up a spa and have employees and really go for it. And, I was on a nickel and a prayer with that idea and concept, but I was determined to do it. And so I was visiting them, and I remember looking through the paper before, internet was around at that point. It was just about ready to come around, but I was looking through the classifieds for spa equipment, for like facial chairs and just anything that I could buy, use that was in good condition. And there happened to be a garage sale in Modesto, which was about 35 minutes or so from where we were at the dairy. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go to this garage sale, and this lady's selling her skincare equipment. So it was perfect what I needed. And so my grandpa out of nowhere is just like, well, I'll go with you. I'll take a drive with you. And I'm like, okay, that's random. Would never think that he'd want to do that, but he did. And it was a time that I treasure, that I just remember it being in the summer. And I remember going in his old farm truck. I mean, he could have a brand new truck if he wanted to, but he had it was an older farm truck, and we hopped in there, and it was just me and Papa, taking down the highway and going to look at spa equipment at a garage sale. And so we pulled up to this lady's garage sale, and I remember him. He's like, so I got this. I mean, he totally took over, I'm like, I think it's my spa I'm opening. And I was like ready to, make a deal with her or whatever. So he starts writing down like calculation. I mean, we're talking about a $200 maybe, for all the stuff that she was going to sell. And so my grandpa, being the brilliant businessman that he is, he started writing stuff on his hand, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And he was like doing little calculations like over $1 or something. But I mean, he was the most giving man, and he is still the most generous man ever. He always does nice things for people all the time and takes us through the years out to dinners and, take care of everything for us. But, it was just so cute because, I mean, that is a true businessman and entrepreneurial side. And I'm like, whoa, that's where I get it from, because I saw him writing, and they were wheeling and dealing over $5, And, of course, we ended up with a great deal for this great spa equipment that was in really good shape. And it was my first spa equipment for my very first business. I'll just always remember, and we piled all this, the massage bed and, the other equipment, the steamer and things that I needed for the facial room in the back of his truck. And I just really remember that as such a special moment, a special day that I had just with Papa. And thank you for that, Grandpa, because it's little things like that, and then he ended up bought the equipment for me. So, but it's just, remember him writing things down on his head, calculating it and making the deal and just going with me and spending that time with me is very, very special. I'm a crybaby. I cry easy, but it means a lot, and, they're just great people. And if you don't know them, gosh, I hope that you have somebody in your life that, that impacted you as a kid as much as they have. And God, we miss our Mimi so much up in heaven. And this is why I always have my Eagle cup with me. And because she is my eagle, and she gives me strength when I don't have it. And, I miss her every day. So I always salute, and I'm going to salute now to both my grandma and grandpa, our Mimi and Papa, because they've given us so much love through the years, and I'm so honored and proud to be a Lucas.